A 25% tariff on all iPhones made outside the country. That was the staggering threat issued by US President Donald Trump, a move that could send the price of Apple's next flagship device into the stratosphere. But here's the kicker. Even if that political storm blows over, Apple is reportedly planning to raise the price anyway. It seems the days of the $999 iPhone Pro are officially coming to an end. So the question on everyone's mind is, what on earth are we going to be paying more for? Is this just a cash grab? Or is Apple about to unleash the most significant iPhone upgrade we've seen in years? Today, we are diving deep into the whirlwind of leaks and insider whispers surrounding the iPhone 17 Pro. We are going to unpack every rumor, from the controversial to the confirmed, to paint a picture of the phone that could redefine Apple's future. In this breakdown, we will uncover why the iPhone 17 Pro might look shockingly similar to a Google Pixel, how Apple is planning to introduce a vibrant new orange color that shatters its own traditions, and the one game-changing display feature that could finally solve the most annoying problem every single smartphone owner faces. We'll also dissect the monstrous camera upgrades that promise to put professional-grade photography in everyone's pocket, and explores the massive internal power-up designed to handle the next generation of artificial intelligence. Stick around, because this isn't just another phone, it's a statement. Let's start with the first thing you'll see, the design. For years, the Pro models have been the stoic, serious siblings in the iPhone family, draped in muted, professional shades of titanium and graphite. But that's all about to change. Leaker Majin Buu, a prominent voice in the Apple rumor mill, dropped a bombshell in mid-July. After initially suggesting a sky blue option, he posted mock-ups of the Pro lineup in 4 stunning colors: a sleek black, a brilliant silver, a deep dark blue, and orange. Yes, you heard that right. A vibrant, bold, unapologetic orange. This isn't the restrained desert titanium peach color we saw on the iPhone 16 Pro. This sounds like a full-on statement color, a move that would completely upend the Pro's understated aesthetic. It's a tantalizing prospect that suggests Apple is ready to inject some serious personality into its top-tier devices. Another leaker on Weibo even hinted that one of the colors would be a special white with a liquid glass design that changes its appearance depending on the light, drawing inspiration from the visuals of iOS 26. But the color is just the beginning of the design shakeup. The most controversial change is rumored for the back of the phone. For years, the squared-off camera bump with its triangular lens layout has been an iPhone signature. Now, multiple leaks, including CAD renders and videos from Front Page Tech, suggest Apple is ditching it for a horizontal camera bar that stretches across the width of the phone. If that sounds familiar, it's because it looks a lot like the camera bar on Google's Pixel phones. This has sparked a huge debate online. Is Apple running out of ideas, or is this a necessary evolution for the powerful new camera system inside? We'll get to that system in a moment. To accommodate this larger camera module, another subtle but significant change is rumored. The iconic Apple logo on the back of the phone may be moving further down. It's a small detail, but one that signals just how much the camera is dictating the phone's entire design language. But the design intrigue doesn't stop there. There's a brewing debate over the very materials the phone will be made from. While the iPhone 16 Pro boasted a strong and lightweight titanium frame, analyst Jeff Pu predicts that the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max will all revert to aluminum frames, or perhaps a complex hybrid of glass and aluminum. This might sound like a downgrade. Titanium is prized for its premium feel and excellent strength-to-weight ratio, so why would Apple go back? The answer is likely a complex balancing act of cost, manufacturability, and thermal performance, especially with the more powerful internals we'll discuss later. An aluminum frame could help offset the rising costs of other components, like the new display and camera system, helping Apple manage that inevitable price increase. Now, let's talk about the front. Perhaps the most coveted and long-awaited upgrade is coming to the display. According to a reliable source cited by Mac Rumors, the Pro and Pro Max models are finally getting a scratch-resistant, anti-reflective display. This is huge. CNET's own managing editor, Patrick Holland, Called the anti-reflective display one of the absolute best features of the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, if you've ever struggled to see your screen in bright sunlight or been annoyed by the constant glare and reflections, you know what a game changer this would be. It's a premium, practical feature that users have been begging for, and it seems Apple has finally overcome the scaling issues that reportedly held this upgrade back in the past. Beyond the coating, the display size itself might be changing. Analyst Ross Young suggests the base iPhone 17 will get a bump to a 6.3-inch screen, bringing it to the same size as the Pro. The Pro and Pro Max are expected to stick with their 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch displays, respectively. But to fit all this new tech in, the phones might be getting a bit thicker. Leaks point to a thickness of 8.725 millimeters, up from the 8.25 millimeters of the iPhone 16 Pro. A thicker phone might not sound ideal, but there's a very good reason for it, and it has to do with power. But what's the use of a beautiful new design if the camera on the back is the same old story? Well, get ready, because Apple is planning a revolution here. That new horizontal camera bar isn't just for looks. It's making room for a truly monstrous camera system. According to analyst Jeff Pu, both the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max will feature a 48-megapixel telephoto rear camera. That's a massive jump from the 12-megapixel telephoto lens on the iPhone 16 Pro models. But it gets even better. The rumor suggests that this upgrade would mean all three cameras on the back, the wide-angle, the ultra-wide, and the telephoto, would be 48 megapixels. This would be an unprecedented level of consistency and quality across the entire camera array. Imagine being able to zoom in with incredible detail, or capture sprawling landscapes with the same high-resolution clarity as your main shots. It would eliminate the compromise we've all had to make when switching between lenses. The implications for pro RAW photography would be immense, offering unparalleled flexibility in post-production. And the upgrades don't stop at the back. Your selfies are getting a major glow-up too. The same analyst reports that the front-facing camera will be upgraded from 12 megapixels to a whopping 24 megapixels on all iPhone 17 models. That means sharper, more detailed selfies and higher quality video calls. Speaking of video, for all the creators out there, Front Page Tech reported a feature that could change the way you film. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max may add a built-in video mode that allows you to record with the front and rear cameras simultaneously. Think about it. You could film an event in front of you while overlaying a picture-in-picture shot of your own reaction. It's a feature that vloggers and content creators have been using third-party apps for, and building it directly into the native camera would be a massive workflow improvement. If you're as excited about these potential camera upgrades as I am, do me a favor and hit that like button. It lets us know you love these deep dives and really helps out the channel. So we have a stunning new design and a revolutionary camera system. But what kind of engine is going to be powering all of this? This is where the iPhone 17 Pro truly earns its Pro name. Rumors have consistently pointed to the Pro and Pro Max models receiving a brand new A19 Pro chip. While the specifics are still under wraps, you can bet it will be built on a new, more efficient process, delivering significant gains in both raw performance and power efficiency. More recently, Mac rumors reported a fascinating detail. The iPhone 17 Air might also get the A19 Pro chip, but with a slight difference: a 5-core GPU. Whereas the Pro and Pro Max would get a more powerful 6-core GPU. This single extra graphics core could be the key differentiator for Pro users, unlocking faster video rendering, smoother high frame rate gaming, and more complex graphical effects. This isn't just about making games look prettier. It's about powering the next generation of on-device machine learning and computational photography that relies heavily on GPU acceleration. But the chip is only part of the story. To support the increasingly demanding features of Apple Intelligence and the next wave of AI, all iPhone 17 models are rumored to get a substantial RAM upgrade, jumping from 8 GB to 12 GB. Tipsters like Digital Chat Station and even renowned analyst Ming-Chi Kuo have suggested this is happening. That's a 50% increase in memory, which is crucial for smooth multitasking, advanced AI processing, and handling the massive files produced by those new 48-megapixel cameras. But more power means more heat and more battery drain, right? Apple seems to have thought of that. Remember that slightly thicker design we talked about? It's likely to make room for what one leaker called the biggest ever battery in an iPhone. This rumor, from a Weibo account known as Instant Digital, specifically targets the Pro Max. But given the rumored identical dimensions of the Pro, it stands to reason the standard Pro could see a major battery boost as well. To keep that bigger battery from overheating under load, Majin Buu posted on July 3rd that the Pro and Pro Max will feature a vapor chamber cooling system. This is an advanced cooling technology often found in high-end gaming phones and PCs. It's far more effective at dissipating heat than traditional methods, which means the phone can sustain peak performance for longer without throttling. This combination, a bigger battery and a better cooling system, is the holy grail for power users, gamers, and anyone who simply wants their phone to last all day without a second thought. And now, we come full circle, back to the uncomfortable topic of price. Let's be clear, the iPhone 17 Pro is going to be more expensive. As we mentioned at the start, President Trump has threatened a 25% tariff on iPhones made outside the US. Apple has been trying to sidestep these geopolitical tensions by moving more of its production from China to India, but the threat remains a volatile and unpredictable factor. However, according to the Wall Street Journal, Apple is planning to raise iPhone prices this year anyway, regardless of what happens with tariffs. The company will likely attribute the price hike to the costly new features and design upgrades we've just discussed, rather than pointing a finger directly at tariffs and risking political blowback. And honestly, a price bump is overdue. CNET's Patrick Holland points out that Apple has held the starting price for the base Pro model at $999 ever since the iPhone X was first introduced back in 2017. For 7 years, through inflation, pandemics, and supply chain crises, that price has remained static. With the level of upgrades we're hearing about, the anti-reflective display, the triple 48-megapixel cameras, the 12 gigabytes of RAM, the vapor chamber, it's not surprising that the price tag will finally have to move. So when can you expect to hand over your hard-earned cash? Apple has a very consistent release schedule. We expect an announcement in early September, possibly on Wednesday, September 3rd or Tuesday, September 9th of 2025. Pre-orders would likely start that Friday, with the phones shipping a week later. But this may be the last time we see this traditional fall release model. Starting with the iPhone 18 in 2026, Apple will reportedly split its releases, launching lower-cost models in the spring and the high-end Pro models later in the year. This would be a monumental shift in strategy, likely designed to better compete with rivals like Samsung and to smooth out its revenue stream across the entire year. With Apple's entire strategy about to change, you won't want to miss our future breakdowns and analyses. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you stay ahead of the curve and know exactly what's coming next. So, there you have it. The iPhone 17 Pro is shaping up to be far more than just an incremental update. We're looking at a radical redesign with bold new colors and a game-changing anti-reflective screen. We're looking at a camera system that could finally deliver true pro-grade quality across every single lens. And we're looking at a powerhouse internal architecture built for the future of AI, backed by the biggest battery and best cooling ever seen in an iPhone. Of course, all of this comes at a cost that is set to rise for the first time in nearly a decade, with or without political interference. So, the ultimate question remains, with all these incredible, potentially revolutionary upgrades on the table, will the iPhone 17 Pro be worth the premium? Or is this the year Apple finally pushes its price too far for loyal fans to follow? Let us know what you think in the comments below.